Hello, this is Mr. Evilcheese, and this is my picks for the top 10 action figures of 2018. And I'm calling it top 10, but it really is top 15, because I had a tough time picking. And if you don't like 15, then just pretend that the first 5 are just runner-ups. But really, I got tons of runner-ups. And also keep in mind that this is just for fun. I'm just picking my favorites. I mean, you compare like a really good Ultimate NECA figure to a really good Hasbro Marvel Legends. It's hard to compare those. They're just so different. So I'm just picking some of my favorites from this year. I'm going to try to put them in order. If I did this another day, they'd probably be a different order. I'd probably have some of my runner-ups be in there that aren't even in this video. It's really hard to do. So this is just for fun, so don't take it too seriously. Obviously, no one is going to completely agree with my list, and I don't collect every line of figures. So I mean, say someone says, how could you not put in this one figure arts figure? And it's like, well, I don't really get too many figure arts. They're expensive. I don't get too many, so I can't really add them in there. I'm only doing figures that I own, and I'm just doing 5-inch to about 7-inch scale figures. I'm not putting in Hot Toys, other 6-scale figures. That's way too hard to compare. You can post your top 10, top 15, whatever, in the comments. I don't even know if I agree with my list. Tomorrow I might look at this and be like, what? I don't know if I like that. But this is what I got. Okay, we're going to start off with number 15. So number 15 is the Marvel Select Gladiator Hulk from the movie Thor Ragnarok. And this figure is just awesome. It is massive. It is a really badass figure. I have the Build-A-Figure version of this from Hasbro, and I like it, but it's just not as nice as this one. This one is so much better. I like the size better. I still would display this one with my Marvel Legends. I mean, Hulk's huge. I think he fits in perfectly with the Marvel Legends figures. The detail on him is just so nice. Paint and everything. He is amazing. Articulation ain't too bad either. I really like him. I know there's a Mezco 112 collective version of him that just came out. I don't have it, but still, it's a little bit smaller, so I think I'd probably prefer this one. My number 14 pick, and don't run away. Hear me out on this one. This is the Fortnite Cuddle Team Leader figure made by McFarlane Toys. Now, I've played Fortnite once. One time in my life I played it, and that was probably over a year ago, I think. I don't know when it was, but I never even heard of it. I was at a friend's house, I played it, I'm like, okay, didn't really know what the hell I was doing. And that's my experience with playing the game. And I don't remember this character in the game when I was playing it. It might have been there, I don't know if this came later, I don't know anything about it. But I seen this figure, and I thought, that is pretty cool. It's made by McFarlane. They added in all kinds of extra articulation, and I just like the ridiculous. Like, if you've seen our videos, you know we like the ridiculous looking characters, and this is just insane looking. It looks like some kind of female serial killer furry or something. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's crazy looking. And the articulation is amazing. The paint job, the sculpt, all of it is really good. It's one of the best articulated figures McFarlane has done. And I'm just really impressed with it. I mean, I don't really care about Fortnite. I don't have anything against Fortnite. I know it's a big thing that's really popular, but it also has a lot of people that hate it. I'm not on either side. I don't care. I just like this figure, and I think it's cool. And some of the other ones look pretty cool too coming up. Seen the Black Knight look kind of cool. And then there's these two guys that kind of look like Iron Man knockoffs. They look pretty cool. So I might get more of them. My number 13 pick is a Star Wars Black Series Dengar action figure. And really, this is a 3-way tie. I'm also going to throw in Voorhees and Zuckuss, because they're all really well done. I think out of the 3, I think they did the best job on Dengar, but a lot of the reason is just because, just the way they are. Like, it's hard to make this figure amazing because he's covered with that big robe. I think they pretty much made Voorhees perfect, so it's hard to pick between them. So I just gave it a 3-way tie. And like I said, this top 10 isn't completely serious, it's just for fun, so they're getting a 3-way tie. The reason they're on this list is because, like I said, they're so well done, and because they finally finished off the Empire Strikes Back lineup of bounty hunters, and that is awesome. I'm so glad that they completed them. Did an excellent job on all of them. The only one I have a little bit of issue with is IG-88, but he wasn't from this year. But the only problem with him is I think he should be taller. But other than that, I think they did an excellent job on all the bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back. Man, they just look so good. Dengar, he is amazing. And he was a character I never really, like out of all of them, I kind of liked him the least just because he just looked kind of like a weird, just some weird hobo guy with toilet paper wrapped around his head. But they made him look pretty badass in figure form, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with all three of these. My number 12 pick is the NECA Ultimate Jason Part 5 Dream Sequence. This is a figure that when it first was announced, I was like, I don't even think I'm going to get that. But I did end up getting it because there's a lot of accessories and things like that. And once I got them in person, I'm like, man, this is one of my favorite Jasons. They just did an excellent job on it. They gave you the 4 different heads, including the head that is just basically from the box art or poster art, which was pretty cool. I love the wet look to him because in the dream sequence, or in at least the first one, he's in the rain, so he should look all wet. And they also added in some accessories that you can use on previous Jasons. So I just really like this one. This is a really, really well done Jason. And some of it is reused from before, but I think the paint and everything just, I don't know, it just makes this one really stand out for me. Number 11 is the NECA Ultimate Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. Now this figure I was really impressed with, and also I picked this because Part 2 Freddy is my favorite look for Freddy. I love the way he looked in that movie, the makeup. I wish he looked like that in all of them. Like, I love the makeup in that movie. This looks so evil. My favorite Freddy scene ever is from Part 2, and they recreated it here with the fire behind him, where he just puts his hands up. The pool party where he screams, "You're all my children now." It's such an awesome scene, and it's cool that they recreated it. It comes from other weird accessories like the Rottweiler baby things, whatever the hell they are. Hellhounds, I don't know what they are. But this is just such a cool figure. I really like it. It's probably my favorite Freddy figure. I'm not sure, but it's my favorite Freddy figure of this year at least. I really like it. My number 10 pick is the NECA Ultimate Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 2. Now this is one that I really was excited about because I never got NECA's previous release of Part 2 Jason. He had a way less articulation. He came with a lot of cool stuff, but I just never was able to get him, and I'm glad he came out with an ultimate version. He's got the better articulation. He came with a bunch of good accessories too, and I think they just did an excellent job on him. The pattern on his shirt and his overalls, a bag on his head, it just looks so good. Even like the little campfire he came with, I thought was awesome. I really like this figure. My number 9 pick is the Marvel Legends Thing action figure, which is exclusive to Walgreens. Now the Fantastic Four have never been my favorite Marvel characters, but out of them, the Thing was always my favorite. And I got all 4 of the Walgreens exclusive Fantastic Four figures. I just thought they were so well done. And the Silver Surfer, he was also really well done. But this Thing is just amazing. Like some of the previous Marvel Legends figures, I was like, I don't think the Thing looks too good in those versions. Some people liked him. I didn't really care for him. But this one, I think it's so awesome. All the rock detail, the paint in between the rocks and the cracks, the expression, everything about him just looks like how I picture Thing from the comics. He is so well done. He's got the alternate heads and hands. I am really impressed with this figure. And I think he's one of the best Marvel Legend figures this year. And my number 8 pick is the Stranger Things Demogorgon figure made by McFarlane Toys. Now, as a lot of you know that watch my videos, I love monster figures, big creepy figures, and McFarlane did an excellent job on this figure. I love the Stranger Things series. I love the 80s nostalgia, and I just think this figure is just so well done. I do wish there's a little bit better paint on his teeth, but still the sculpt and articulation of this figure is just awesome. I love him. He's creepy looking just like he should be, and it's definitely one of my favorite figures of the year. I really like him. I like the whole McFarlane Toys Stranger Things series, but this one really stands out to me. My number 7 pick is the DC Collectibles Batman the Animated Series Harley Quinn Expressions Pack. Now, Harley Quinn is one of my favorite DC characters, and I really liked all 3 of the Expressions pack, the Batman and the Joker. And really I could almost interchange her with the Joker. Maybe I should have made them a tie. But I'm picking Harley Quinn, and I really like it. I really like the expressions pack, and I wish more figures, like lots of characters from different series and lines, would have these, because I like getting all the different expressions, especially for a character like her, which makes lots of crazy expressions. And I really like that she comes with the 2 hyenas. She comes with lots of accessories. I don't know, I just really like it. The articulation is pretty good on this too. And this is also from the first appearance of Harley Quinn from that animated series, so that's also pretty cool. So that's why this one's on my list. My number 6 pick is the Mezco 112 Collective Halloween Michael Myers figure. And this is from the original 1978 movie. This was my first Mezco 112 Collective figure, and it was actually Shane Pittman, who you've probably heard me mention a few times, who got me to get this. He actually bought it and said, "Hey, I'm buying it for you, pay me back, because I want you to review this." I'm like, okay. And I'm glad he did, because this figure is amazing. I love the scaled down outfit on this. It really looks like scaled down. Like some figures with real cloth just don't look right, but I think this one looks almost perfect. It's so well done. I love the head sculpt. I like the accessories it comes with. The flickering pumpkin is really well done. I'm just really impressed with this, and it made me want to get more 112 collective figures. My number 5 pick is the Marvel Legends Apocalypse Build-A-Figure. Now, Apocalypse is one of my favorite X-Men villains. I just always thought he was so awesome, but so many of the figures, especially the previous Marvel Legend figures, I just didn't like. Like the original 6-inch one, I just thought looked bad. And then they made the really big Build-A-Figure from Toy Biz, but he was just too big. That's when he like grew to a bigger size. But this one I think is just damn near perfect. I loved everything about it. And even if it didn't include this hand came with the Archangel figure. So it doesn't really come with the regular Build-A-Figure. But even if it didn't have that, I still think he's so cool. Like the paint on him, the sculpt, just everything is really awesome about it. I'm really happy they made it, and it's one of my favorite figures of the year. And that's another thing, there's lots of good Build-A-Figures like Venom and Sauron from this year. Lots of good ones. It's just hard to pick, but I think this one's my favorite. My number 4 pick is the NECA Ultimate Halloween 2018 Michael Myers figure. And this one really made me happy, because after getting all of other NECA's recent horror figures like Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, Chucky, it just really seemed like Michael Myers was missing. They used to have a license years ago to make Michael Myers, so it's cool that they got it back, at least for this movie. That really made me excited. The articulations on him is pretty good, a little limited at the torso, but the accessories are awesome. I like the alternate heads, the sculpt is amazing. I really like this figure. I do hope they make the classic one at some point, but I don't know, I'm just really impressed with this. But mostly just really happy that it exists. My number 3 pick is the NECA Ultimate Pennywise from the 2018 movie It. And I really like that movie and really like this figure. And as much as I like the Michael Myers, there's just a lot more going on with this Pennywise figure. I mean, he's just a lot more to look at. I mean, there's no getting around that Michael Myers' outfit is just pretty plain compared to Pennywise. And Pennywise has a lot more going on with accessories. Like he's got the balloon, which is a pretty cool touch to it. The alternate heads where he's got the sharp teeth and that kind of thing, and the little boat. I guess you could also add in as a tie the GameStop exclusive version of Pennywise where he comes with bloody arm, and I don't know, the articulation is pretty good on him. It is limited at the hips because of his whatever you call that stuff there, but still this figure is just really well done. The paint and especially the sculpt is just amazing. I really like it and can't wait to get the other versions that they've previewed. My number 2 pick is a 4-way tie. It's the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the movies. This is the 7-inch scale versions. I already had the 4th scale versions that NECA made, which I thought were amazing. I was really hoping that they would make a 7-inch version, but it didn't seem likely because of what they said about the rights and what they're allowed to do. But they managed to get permission to do it, and it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and I was able to get it with the help of Shane Pittman, and man, I just love these figures. Luckily, at least for the people in the US, you'll get another chance to get them at GameStop coming up in a few months, so that's pretty cool. But man, I love these figures. They're just so well done. I love the articulation, the sculpt, the paint. Man, I just love them. They're just some of my favorite figures ever. And if you've seen a review of these figures, I even like the little pizza box they come with the full pizza. That's just little things like that. I just love it. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with these. And now it's time for my #1 pick. And this is the part where half the people watching this are going to go, what? What? This guy's an idiot. But, you know, that's what happens with these kind of things. Whatever. My #1 pick is the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch scale Gamorrean Guard. Now this is one of my other most anticipated figures when it was announced. I mean, Gamorrean Guard is just one of them ones. He's just so memorable looking from the Return of the Jedi movie, actually from that whole trilogy. And once they started making these 6-inch scale figures, it's like, man, they gotta make this guy. It'll just be so crazy in 6-inch scale. And they finally did, and it just turned out so much better than I expected. Like, I expected it to be like, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool they finally made him, but man, they went all out on him. Gave him this cloth, I don't know what you call that, cloth underwear or whatever. Made his mouth articulated. They gave him 3 different weapons, and the sculpt is really nice, the paint's nice. I was really, really impressed with him. But the main gripe with him was just getting him. It was tough to get him from Target. He was a Target exclusive, and there's a big issue with when he first came out. Like, lots of crap with people's orders getting canceled and it being shown in stock, and then you go to the store, it still shows that it's in stock, but they say they don't have it. There's a big mess with all that crap. But still, the figure itself, not taking into all that Target crap in account, is a really, really nice figure, and it's possibly my favorite Black Series figure they've made. I'm not going to say that it is my favorite, because I'd really have to think about that. That's a tough one. But he's up there. He's just a really awesome figure, and I'm really happy they made him. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so that's a big part of the reason why he's my #1 pick. But, like I said, this isn't too serious, so another day, who knows, he could be #9, or he could maybe not even make the list, just because I may be like, well, you know, these NECA figures are so cool, I gotta pick these ones, or something like that. Well, that's going a little too far. I'd say he'd probably always stay in my top 5 for this year, no matter how many times I redid the list. But still, he's just so cool. I really, really like him. Okay, so there's my top 15 picks, or top 10, or top 20, or whatever, I don't know, but whatever. Top something. But like I said, this was tough to do, and the order could switch around. I just really wanted to show off some of my favorite figures from this year. I guess I'll show you a bunch of my runner-ups that I didn't show yet, because there's just a lot of good figures from this year. A lot that I could have maybe on a different day switched them in here and put them on the top 15. Like, there's just so many good ones that I would have liked to pick. And I know there's a lot of other figures that I don't have. Like, I know that Popeye figure, the Mezco Popeye, was pretty popular very recently. He does look pretty cool. I'm not sure if I want it. I mean, it looks so cool, but I'm just not into Popeye, so I don't know if I'm going to get that ever. But I can see why that would be on some people's lists. And there's so many good figures. Like, when it comes to Marvel Legends, a lot of it has to do with who you like. If they did a good job on the character you like, I can see it making the list. I mean, there's some good Deadpool figures this year. I mean, there's just so many. I can go on and on. But yeah, this is a good year for figures. I try my best to pick my favorites. So, I don't know, I guess, tell me what you think, and what your picks would be. And also, Zombie Cat said she might want to do one of these. So you might see another one of these videos from Zombie Cat's top 10 figures. So watch for that. Well, this is Mr. Evilcheese. Thanks for watching, and Happy New Year.
Oh, damn it, man. You see them other pictures there? Why don't you click on one of them to see the video? Or you could subscribe, Nate. Oh.